Hello, this is Malcolm Rose, and I'm going to start a new character today. Hadn't really thought about it too much, honestly, but I think going along with the Artificer theme, I'm going to do a Demonspawn Artificer because I haven't done an Artificer of the Demonspawn variety yet. I actually haven't done a Demonspawn at all yet on video. I've done an Artificer before, but I kind of wanted to get like Greater Artificer on this guy, in keeping with my thoughts that Artificer is one of, if not the best background in the game. So we're going to start by turning only fighting on. Let's see how fast we swing with this short sword. It's 1-0, so we're good for now. Okay, we'll open this up. I see we're in a hallway full of dudes. This is actually the most obnoxious entrance there is, because these things will shout and pull half the things on the level to me if there's anything nearby. Hey, look, there's nothing here. But yeah, that demigod tile, it's not something you see every day. But yeah, it's just all the races in the game. Wow, Formicid tile is interesting too. A dwarf, not a deep dwarf, but a dwarf. I noticed that Barakians are missing. I guess they don't have a tile yet. Okay. Cool story. Just don't start shouting. You're roaring. I'd rather you didn't. So yeah, that entrance really sucks because, well, where are you gonna go if the stuff on the level engages you all in a line and it's something you can't deal with, like a knoll? Now on an Artificer we aren't too worried, because we have these really cool tools that let us deal with this problem. This guy can do 10 damage. Why don't we use random effects on him? If it had hasted him, I would have used Flame to finish him off. But things with weapons concern me when I'm only level 1. We'd like to find a weapon that's less crappy than the short sword. Okay, it's going pretty well so far. Just gonna lure this guy. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't, and I'll tell you why. He could have a pack of dudes with him, and then I'd be forced to use wands. D1 teleport trap. Okay, well, see, this is why I'm glad that I have Artificer start. Let's just control this jackal, and I'll use a wand of flame on that guy. Killed one, controlled another. This should be sufficient. Maybe not. We'll just keep using wands, fine. So yeah, we got teleport trapped behind a pack of jackals at level 1. If I wasn't a strong start, what do you suppose would have been the answer there? I don't know if there would be one. And this is why traps are really stupid. But I can't complain because I am a strong start, because I know how this game is. It's just a shame, because if I was a book start, you know. By the way, we already started getting mutations. ER -2, so that tells me I'm going to want to wear heavy armor, probably. Which I, you know, honestly would have done anyway. Okay, we can survive 3 hits by this guy now that we're level 2. So I'm comfortable fighting him. Without using wands. as long as I have that capability still. He's doing pretty well, so why don't we use the wand? I'm using way more charges than I would like to be on this floor. But then again, Demonspawn are they're just a little bit weak on level 1. So there's not a lot you can do about that. I mean, if you play a strong background, then fine, but... Oh, there's ringmail. Let's put that on. Didn't see that. Okay, there's a bat. Just gonna pull it back just a little bit. Now, ideally, I'd like to find out what my mutation, my body mutation is going to be before I start training a weapon, because it might be claws. Okay, we got our first stones. Well, stone, I should say. Until we find a decent weapon other than the short sword, I guess we're stuck with it. Okay, this is cool. I'm going to shout here because I've got this teleporter that I can run into if there's a problem. And we have a way down as well. There's a staircase. Okay. Too many jackals. And the jackals are on the move now, which is a little bit obnoxious, but that's fine. 2 jackal packs is a little bit unlucky for D1. But now that we're level 2, almost level 3 in fact, we'll be killing them in no time. In fact, I feel confident enough to auto-explore here. Although I probably shouldn't. There could still be like a goblin with an electric wand or something. Or electric weapon, I mean to say. Okay, as far as stats go, let's just do strength for now. Okay, D1's totally clear. And that's everything that's on D1. A hunting sling. Now, we don't have remove curse, and if that's cursed, it's a problem, but I'm tempted to grab it and use it. These things are actually quite nice, and my apt is not terrible. It's the same as everything else, -1. Let's just grab it, and maybe we'll wear it here in a minute. Rather just do throwing, though, if I'm going to do that. It seems a little odd to do it twice in a row, but... Alright, we've walked into an adder. I really hate running into adders this early. Let's just try to enslave it. He's charmed, cool. I'm going to tell him to run away. And now we're gonna use random effects on him. Whoa. Wow, I messed up. I need to enslave him again. We hasted him and I didn't even realize it. Definitely a misplay. Got him. Okay, so that was nasty. Playing a little too fast for D1, I'll tell you that. D1, D2. Running out of charges already. Enchanted but not branded sword on this kobold. Probably cursed. Finding a goodly number of... Oh, I took a step and I shouldn't have. Charm him, tell him to run away. Yeah, I should just not engage those. I shouldn't waste charges on them. Just because I can kill them doesn't mean that I should kill them. Wasting charges in the process. Because really I'm just decreasing my ability to survive later on. Every time I waste a charge. Got some potion stacks, got some scroll stacks. I'm going to go upstairs real soon and test that 2-stack. Really wish I had found another weapon by now. Or had gotten some more mutations with my 3rd level, but I did not. I didn't even get an upgrade of my sturdy frame mutation. Oh, he's right here. Let's try to flame him to death. Alright, we got him. That's fine. Low on flame charges already. Another one? Okay, we one-shot him with the flame. Fine. More or less worth it. Let's go up and use our 2-stack. Let's identify. Good. We now have heal wounds. That's useful. And we have resistance, which is somewhat less useful but for this point in the game, but I could see me using it. Okay, we'll just reset this until we get a good engage on him. Nice. Up to 37 hit points. Looks like we may find an altar in here. Maybe not. Oh, I see an altar. Unfortunately, it's of a god that hates us for being a demon spawn, so... Okay, we got some stones. Still not very many. And not very many bullets either, which is why I'm not willing to wear this hunting sling, which may be cursed. Okay, if I was a Naga, I'd be really happy right now because there's a Naga barging, but Naga barging doesn't help me very much. So in terms of weapons, armor, anything really, we haven't found much at all. Nor an altar that we can worship at. Well, Needles of Frenzy. That kind of makes me want to go throwing. We also have a sewer coming up. Hey, a Wand of Flame. Cool. That's enough to train my evocations up a little higher. Fortunately, we don't have any more Identify, or I would identify that immediately. Let's go up, rest up, come back down, get the experience out of this thing, except it's killing me, so we rest. And we kill it. Cool. Found a Dithmenos altar. I am absolutely not using that. Resistant to heat. That could either be Hellfire, which would be cool if we actually get it, although it would be a while. That would be Hellfire or Fiery Blood. Fiery Blood is awesome and really, really fun and also stylish. Okay, it's a distant drain. Let's try heading west and see what that does for it. We're probably not going to reach. Yeah, it's still distant. Probably not going to reach the sewer. I'm not super interested in getting to it this early in the game. Okay, nearby. It's probably south. It could be in here though. No, it's south. There it is. Let's try to flame this thing. It's dead. We'll go in. See what's in here. We have enslavement still, so we can take anything in here if we have to. This is the kobold one. Kobolds, rats, a few adders. Not particularly happy with where this character is right now for fighting these things in melee. We can do it though. Darn. We're a little bit surrounded. Okay, cool. Blowgun. This game is really pushing me into throwing, which is a shame because I just finished a throwing game. But, I mean, it's really quite good. I'm not sure if I want to subject myself to that level of inventory management again. Oh, hey, random effects comes through for me. I'm being constricted. That sucks. So let's, yeah. Now you can get constricted. Okay, he can do like 7 damage plus the short sword, so we'll use fire on him. Still have heal wounds identified, so very safe here. Okay, we're gonna try to fight an adder, but okay, we can do it. It's by no means guaranteed to work, but we got it that time. Problem is, we've barely trained the short sword, and the short sword is a crappy weapon to begin with, so. Okay, we'll fight him again. Nice, got him. goodly number of stones now, too. Why don't we do strength again? Take on these kobolds. We're poisoned, that sucks. But I think we'll be fine. Cool, we got him. An uncursed blowgun. Good to see. I could have been using the blowgun this whole time, but it's really bad without training and throwing. This is actually the same one we found, I think, on the Minotaur I just played. The same layout, just vertical this time instead of horizontal. Oh man, I tell you, I don't particularly want to go throwing again. But it is the optimal choice right now. We'll train some. Not necessarily going to commit, but we'll train some. It's not quite working. Let's want to flame him. Wasting some charges. Quite poison. Let's go up. I had the healing potion in case that went particularly south. Probably shouldn't be auto-exploring here, honestly. Alright, we're not taking Deathmanos. Deathmanos is really, really, really bad. Really bad at this stage in the game. We got Zen and Zom. Well, I'll tell you, we're definitely not going to worship Zom. And Zen has no interest in me. Alright, we've got Kiku. Kiku is a perfectly legitimate guy. Yeah, okay, we'll be a necromancer. Train nothing but necromancy and fighting, I guess, and evocations. We'll get our first book soon. Kiku is a perfectly good god. An excellent god, in fact. Oh man, if this is an Oka altar, I'm gonna be upset. I think this is an Oka altar. I would have definitely picked Oka over... Okay, no, it's not. I was gonna say... Okay, we got some undead as well. And an ossuary. I need 1-star piety. Teleport trap sends us a little ways back. We're going to stick with Ringmail for now, since we're worshipping Kiku. I see it's nearby, so it's probably over here. Yep, here it is. Now we have Wands of Flame, unidentified, unfortunately. So we're going to see if we can't beat this dude without using them. We do. I don't know if we can repeat that feat, but we can give it a shot. These zombies. A little bit of a pain. There's our first book. Not terribly useful to us in here. Corpse Rot is hugely good, though. Okay, we've run into 2 of these guys. Why don't we use some random effects on them? Oh yeah, I'll take Fireball. That's cool. We'll use Flame on this one to finish them off. And we'll random effects these guys. I got Teleport on the one. Oh man. It's not quite working. The thing is, these things do 20 damage, so... Oh my god, there's a procession of them. Well, we're out of charges on that. We may indeed have to walk out of here. Probably not. We've got Enslave. Let them kill each other. The loot in here is worth it. I'll duke it out with him. He can do 20 damage, that's my full hit points, so let's heal up. Let's use Flame, I suppose. I'm unfortunately wasting a ton of charges here. I wish I had Identify. But we still got a few charges of Enslavement. Once I get Evocations to 5, I'm going to stop training it, since we're running out. But yeah, I did make a ton of noise, so we had to fight all that at once. Identify. Blah. Only 2 charges left. Let's use these 2 stacks. Magic Mapping. Remove Curse. And Fog. Well, we found some gloves. This can do 15 damage. Wow, that's rough. I lost my skeleton. Let's see if I can make it to the doorway. I can. Cool. I'd like to get a skeleton before I fight that. Alright, I should train spellcasting too. Trog, that would have been a nice pick. We got Teleport trapped. I'm gonna see if we can't kill this ogre with this worker ant, and it works out just fine. I'm gonna see if I can't fight him to death. Cool, he dies. Got another one. We have 1 wand charge of enslaving left. We do have Identify, so why don't we... Oh wait, I didn't put on my gloves. Whoops. Anyway, once we have Empiric Draining, this is going to become a little easier. Okay, +2 gloves, that'll help. Okay, not bad at all. We're going to drop the blowgun. And we're going to memorize Vampiric Draining real fast. Okay, ogres we really can't beat yet, unless we use Corpse Rot, which I don't want to do yet. We finally found a weapon that doesn't suck. A quarterstaff. Not quite fast enough yet. Let's stop training evocations. We only have one. Train nothing but staves so we can hit things. Well, we'll do staves and spellcasting and necromancy. I don't know what we can do about this thing. I suppose I could receive corpses. Nah. We'll do that next time we see him. But ideally, we would just have like a skeleton or something to help us take him out. Awesome. Wow, he's... Whoa, he's wrecking me. Yeah, I forgot they can do a ton of damage. So... Okay, we got him. Cool. I should have used that corpse for a skeleton. Okay, we should get a few skeletons off of this. If we can actually kill them without the ogre showing up. Okay, we've got a Quokka skeleton for now. Now we have a ton of curing. I'm just going to fight here. And we're going to corpse rot. And that'll take out the wizard really easily. Nice, and I'll just fight this. Cool thing about corpse rot is it leaves me a skeleton. So now I've got a nice little army. Now if the ogre shows up, I will be able to kill him really easily. Alright, we've got a centaur. Let's fight him in melee. Would have liked to have found him earlier, to be honest. And then I would have just gone bows. But hindsight's 20/20. Of course, I could just do this thing where you wait for the first centaur and just always go bows. It's fairly strong. Okay, we have gone up in the world for Kiku. Still testing my attack speed here. It's not quite where it needs to be. I shouldn't be auto-exploring. There is a ogre on this floor who can do almost my entire hit points. Oddly enough, only 2 mutations, which I guess isn't that behind for level 7. Wow. Yeah, we shouldn't be swinging on things when they can do this much damage to me. However, I can pretty much Vampiric Drain now. So that's easy enough. Cool. We're not going to try to do Mutation Roulette. Alright, here's the Ogre. Check it out. We're gonna receive corpses. And if he wants to, I should be throwing at him. Throw. Now we'll just Corpse Rot. And let me just check this real fast. Oh, I don't need to go to Beam for this. 17 plus Giant Spiked Club. Giant Spiked Club is 22. So, 39 damage. That can't kill me in one hit, so let's throw Rock. I throw Rock because it's faster than me swinging right now, I think. Sadly, he didn't leave a corpse. Okay, nothing very interesting on this floor. We can probably melee one of these now. I should have done it down there so I'd have the skeleton on that floor, but this is fine. Hey, a ring. Dexterity, okay. Not terribly useful to us, but it will do. Alright, we've got Grinder. Pain, Paralyze. We just cannot fight this dude. Now, this is what I call an early game threat. So what are we gonna do? We don't even have Animate Dead yet. We just have Animate Skeleton. So getting away from this is going to be a pain. We're gonna walk. Hopefully we don't get paralyzed. I'm trying to keep the dog between me and Grinder. Fine. Okay, cool. I could have blinked at any moment. I figured if I got paralyzed, that's what I would do. After eating the damage, I would just blink to the staircase. Gozag Altar. Would have liked to have found that much earlier. Not that I'm complaining. Kiku is a perfectly good god. Javelin's good to have. Killed an adder with one, that's cool. Really, I just want to go down. Because, well, Grinder is immune to negative energy and resistant to poison, so you can imagine how that's a problem. Let's go up. Okay, we can take this guy. We'll just melee him. Yeah, know, as a Necromancer, Grinder is just like the worst thing we would want to see. We could kill him with like a big enough army of skeletons, but I just don't think it's worth the effort of doing so. We'd rather just go down. Skip the floor for now. Let's do that. Grinder is probably the one threat that an early game Kiku Worshipper can't take out. Because anything living gets dropped by Corpse Rot. In this case, though, I'm just kind of able to melee everything. 2.6, or 1.6 to 2.7. Still not quite one-on on our attacks. A shop. Okay, well... probably the most useful thing at this point. Guardian Spirit's nice, but not for this character. Probably the most useful thing at this point is actually poison resistance. Amulet of Rage. That's something we could make use of, come to think of it. Okay, no need to buy anything else. See Invisible could be useful, but eh. With regards to the troll, it's not quite how I wanted that to go. Well, he's slow, so let's just attack him. I don't think he can kill me. 20 plus 15 is 35, plus 15 is enough to kill me. Oh wait, no. 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 20 is 50, so no. Let's just Vampiric him. Nice. Ooh, he's got a Dagger of Venom I didn't even notice. That's more worth using than this staff, so awkward. Okay, we are poise, so we can kill this stuff using the poison dagger and corpse rot. Okay, so when I want to switch back to the quarter slots, let's get it to 1 Mendeley anyway, even though we're not using it. Wow, not quite there yet, even with all this training. Wow. Miasma kills this guy. We'll do intelligence for the rest of the game. We're going to be a caster. One thing we do want to do is swap on the quarterstaff for things that can't be poisoned. One of the reasons why I'm still training it. This thing is going to do some real damage to me. But we've still got Vampiric. Just gotta remember we can miscast. On a wand of acid. I guess I'm glad they didn't use it on me, because I think one of those orcs was holding it. Pretty nasty. Two-headed ogre. Now I'm not going to get into melee with this dude. What I am going to do is throw stuff at him. Well, that's not working. Okay, I used up a little more piety than I would have liked. But you can basically spam that and use almost no piety, so whatever. Spriggan Baker. Okay. We have some nice things on hand to kill Grinder with. Hey, a Book of Conjurations. That'll be helpful too. Just trying to decide here. I definitely want to memorize some Conjurations, because we're going to be using Bolt of Draining on this character once we get it. Let's just pick up Magic Dart. Start training Conjurations. And we can turn off staves now because we're at 1 min delay. Or not min delay, but 1 delay. Now, do I want to try to kill Grinder? This is a bit of a risk. Why don't we make sure we have teleport, and then I'll feel a little more comfortable doing it. Well, that's Immolation. That's useful, but not quite what we want. That's Fear. Well, we have Blinking. There he is. So, Acid doesn't quite reach. Lightning doesn't quite reach. Magic Dart does. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some corpses. Get a Hobgoblin. That's terrible. Let's get some more. Oh, we got an Ogre. That might be able to take him out by himself. Not if it gets paralyzed. You know, I'm going to just acid him through the Ogre. Got him. Alright, so that wasn't exactly what I would call smooth, but whatever. We did it. Now I get to get all the experience on this floor. And several wands. So I'd say that's worth it. Okay, you can do... Wow, you can do almost 29 damage. Oh wow, I should have been vampiric touching. What am I doing? Forgot I had that. Wasted a few confused charges there. Playing a Kiku character always feels a bit awkward to me. Because you're like a melee character, but really you're a caster. I prefer to play them as pure casters. Other people tend to disagree, I think. Like, I'm gonna take the Necronomicon, not the pain weapon. I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna come back down. I'm gonna do that a few times until he's reasonably closer to me. There we go. I should be making skeletons. A ghost. General Washington. Just a human fighter. Well, we have plenty of spells, or plenty of wands, I mean to say. Would like to have them identified, so let's do that first. First of all, yeah, let's do the ones that are unused. No, I'll do confusion as well. Yeah, good. Only a 37% chance of confuse, but I can just lightning this dude. Take him out in 3 shots. Nice. I should be using my venom on living things, or vampiric. Okay, this is a really tough monster for this character and for this level. We got the confuse. That's a good sign. I'm gonna just try to get the kill with poison. He's as sick as possible. Let's go away and throw things at him. Didn't quite work. Why don't we, this is fine. We'll just get the double zap on him. The problem is I don't want to be in melee with those guys, even if Vampiric Touch does pretty good damage and gives my hit points back. There's always the chance that I miscast, and then I just sort of, I'm stuck there, probably dead, you know. As for the rest of these conjuration spells, I don't think I'm going to learn any of them. But I should start using it at range like so. Now, I am happy to use Vampiric Touch when I'm like only half dead or a few damage, you know. When it's still safe. Wow, what is this? It's a wyvern skeleton? Sure is tough. This is, that was unfun. A little bit rough. What? Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I don't think I've seen that before. I guess the pressure plate opens up a rat's nest. Probably shouldn't step on random pressure plates if I don't know what's going to happen. Kiku's Almanac of Evil. That's unfortunate. It doesn't have Bolt of Draining in it. I think we'll get it next time. Maybe. Why don't we take a look real fast at Kiku's gifts in Beam. Oh no, we're never going to get it. It didn't show up in these, so we're just not going to get it. Oh man. Okay, plan B, Conjuration's turned off. That's rough. That's okay. We're going to have Death Channel by the lair. Sikatuti's Embrace is not a bad spell to have either. Wow, did I really not even get Animate Dead? I guess Kiku only gives 2 books. I thought he gave more than that. Well, Simulacrum's good. We'll go ahead and memorize Dispel Undead. I guess this is fine for now. I really wanted Bolt of Draining because the Bolt of Draining Dispel Undead combo is just really, really good. Just kills just about anything in the game before extended. Okay, we can kill ogres now with the power of Vampiric Drain. Quite a few things coming. Okay, keep going. Kind of pulled that stuff back a little bit to fight it. Whoa, okay, hold the phone. This Crimson Imp has a Wand of Acid, which was kind enough to miss me. Let's use ours on him. Top tier threat, that. Alright, let's go down, let's go back up. Or let's go up and then down and back up again. Most things that don't do an insane amount of damage, like other than a 2-headed ogre, we can duke it out with Vampiric Touch. Assuming the touch doesn't miscast a bunch of times in a row. Throwing nets are good to have. Let's identify this acid. we'll dispel this dude. Okay, two-headed ogre. Now's a good time to make good use of corpse rot. Actually, I'm going to make a skeleton here. Well, that's a shame. He didn't quite do what I wanted him to do. Oh, he's healthy again. Let's just acid him. See, things like this, I know they can't just outdamage me. The problem with two-headed ogres is that they can they're fairly close to being able to one-shot me. I think they do like 75 damage maximum. Too close for comfort, I'll tell you that. Let's walk into this hallway if we're going to do this. Still can't believe no animate dead. That's pretty wild for a Kiku worshiper. But then again, I didn't start as a necromancer, so, you know. But hey, this goes to show that even without animate dead, even without some of the spells we would like, we're a pretty capable necromancer, and we didn't start as one. So Kiku's good enough. Really good god. Unfortunately, no lair yet. Whoa, Cyclops. An elf corpse. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, he can only do 35 plus 20, 55 damage. So I'm going to acid him while he's caught in there. Take a step, I'm going to take another step. I'm going to wait for him. It didn't kill him. Let's heal wounds and acid. I should have just acided, honestly. He was slowed, so I was reasonably sure I'd get an extra move, but that heal wounds, if he had moved, I could have died anyway, so I don't know why I was convinced he would just die there. Okay, we found Lair. And we found way more priests than I would like to deal with in one sitting. I'm gonna have to ice blast this stuff off. There's a few more charges than I'd like. Oh, now we get Spiny? That's kind of cute. The reason I'm saying that... Okay, so Spiny is ludicrously powerful. Spiny is, even at the first level, but as it levels up especially, if you get Spiny at level 2, you essentially have a free early game and you can just tap through whatever you want. You can take whatever god that you want because you're not going to have any trouble. Finding it now is not terrible, but there's a certain amount of irony in it. But yeah, this makes me feel way more confident about standing here. You know, vampiric touching these things, because I know they're just going to kill themselves. Okay, let's miasma him. Pretty cool, right? Once we get to Lair, which will be very soon, well, now-ish, we'll have a very easy time. Necromancers are very good in Lair. The only thing that's a bit of a pain are Hydras still, but we've got so much in the way of evocations that I can't imagine, unless we just get a really unlucky engagement. Oh yeah, these guys die to spines very quickly. Now the downside to Spiny is that it's kind of useless later in the game. But until then, you know. Any corpses left? No. Yes, maybe this is still around. Yeah, it is. If only we had Powered by Death. That'd be even better. I see an artifact. We're using that chainmail. There's, I don't care how much it messes with my casting. Not a whole ton, just a bit. It has strength +4 and it has +9. That is excellent. Excellent armor. Really only stops us from casting Dispel Undead, and even then it doesn't really stop us, as you can see. And the thing is, Kiku helps us deal with miscasts, so... And as long as I can still cast Vampiric Draining really reliably, I'm cool with whatever. Okay, we are RF+, so this thing is less scary than it might be, or than it could be, but it's still pretty scary, as you can see. Come on, give me the confuse. Cool. Let's just see if we can kill it with Vampiric. Yep, there we go. Trust in the power of Vampiric. This guy has electric. That's pretty useful. Regretting training staves at all, really. And we have 52 items. Okay. We just found our teleport. Using up some of these 2 stacks. Enchant weapon. I guess we'll enchant up electrocution. I'm not going to find myself caring too much about my weapon in this game because I am going to go Necronomicon route. Yeah, we just have so much evocations here too. That's so cool that we're going to have a pretty easy time in Lair, I think. Fortunately, some of it's not identified, but I'll live. Alright, so we have Vampiric Draining online, Dispel Undead mostly online, not really a thing that'll matter in Lair, but still. We have Death Channel on the way. If I were to take off this really cool armor I found, I would have Death Channel totally online. Something to keep in mind. But I don't need Death Channel to take out Lair. This stuff is sufficient. I would have really, really, really liked it if I had Bolt of Draining. But I tell you, I'll live without it. Why don't we go ahead and drop Book of Conjurations. I could memorize Fulminant Prism, but nah. I am going to memorize Simulacrum. That's a really good spell, and I'd like to have it online eventually. But we're going to move for Death Channel first because it's pure necromancy. And we have a +1 necromancy apt and a -1 ice apt. Yeah, so I think that we'll just keep training spellcasting and necromancy for a while and probably have a pretty easy time in Lair, hopefully. And we'll see what other sorts of mutations we get. So until next time, I'm signing out.